say thank you for today. Father, we appreciate you because you are the Almighty God. Father, accept our thanks in Jesus' name. Lord, as we go into your word today and as we pray, I ask, oh God, that your power will be made manifest in the mighty name of Jesus. We come against every power of the enemy, and we ask, oh God, that Lord, your presence will be mighty in the mighty name of Jesus. Thank you, wonderful Father. In Jesus' mighty name we pray. Amen. God bless you. Let's be seated. We'll be starting the program today, which is Victory Over Demonic Dreams. Many people do not count dreams as important. But I want you to know that dreams is very, very important. Whether you look at the Old Testament or you look at the New Testament, the issue of the dream is so important. In the Old Testament, you see saints of old who dreamt. You see believers and unbelievers alike who dreamt. The same thing in the New Testament. You will see people of God that dreamt. And because of the importance of dreams to lead and guide, the devil focuses it to pollute it and to attack people through the same vehicle. Anything that God can use to bless you, the devil can use the same thing to attack. I've had so many cases of people who will sleep yesterday, they are waking up the next day and the story has changed. You see people who slept as very healthy and they will wake up in the morning and they may begin to battle with mysterious sickness for months and years. Sometimes what you see in dream, if you tell people, some people will just say, what is all that? It doesn't mean anything. But you that saw it know that it meant something. I met a woman one time, and this woman will have this dream once in a year. And the moment she had that dream once in a year, she knew that whatever she does that year is a waste. So you have so many these kind of dreams. And sometimes it tells you what the enemy is trying to do. And at another time it's telling you what you can do to be free from it. And this is why I want to look at some of this dream today. I'm not going to teach about dream as a whole, but I want to talk about some demonic dreams and what it means and what we can do about it. Because this is quite important. You know, one of the common dreams that I've listened to is people either bobbing their hair in their dream, or they are fixing their hair, or generally they are like going to saloon, or somebody cuts their hairs. This is not a good dream, and it's not a dream from God. Now I will show you both in the scriptures and from practical experience that this is not a godly dream. It is what we call the ear attackers. They want to manipulate the glory of that individual. When you read in the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 11, the Bible says the ear of the women is their glory. So that tells you that ear symbolizes glory. So when they attack your ear, they are actually attacking your glory. They are attacking your strength. And one of the main reasons why the enemy wants to do that is to divert that glory and to transfer the virtue to somebody else or to their kingdom. And when you have such a dream, for them not to cage your life and cage your glory, you need to pray about it. Maybe, it can happen that maybe you are thinking, I'm going to fix my hair tomorrow. And you slept, and the next thing you are dreaming is you're already in the saloon and they are working on your head. Or as a man, you are, oh, this hair is bushy, I want to go and cut it. And the next dream you are having is somebody shaving your head, your hair. And you think, oh, maybe because my mind is there. I don't want you to be ignorant of the devices of the enemy. That is not because your mind is there. It's because, you have a glory that attracts the glory killers. Because the intention is to kill the glory. And we could look at the example in the life of, Samson. In the life of Samson, the work on his hair, and when that hair was shaved, brethren, it was terrible for him. And we're still going to look at that and do a bit of exposition on it. So that means that your hair spiritually indicates wisdom, it indicates power, it indicates authority. Because that was what it was for Samson. And when you talk about the gray hair, it talks about wisdom. But when you talk about the natural hair, it talks about your glory. And you see, and this is why it attracts the enemy. And that is why symbolically, a dream, they can attack through it. And when they attack through it, sometimes somebody walking on your ear naturally might be your hairdresser, might be your barber, or whatever it is. Because the thing is that many a times you have what we have called spiritual impersonation. Where the devil wants to do something, and for you to cooperate, it will use a known face. It will use somebody that that's probably his job or something like that. Only in many of these attacks in the dream, will you see totally a strange person. Many a times it could be a known face. But it doesn't mean that it is that individual. Because there are people who have been nicknamed to be a witch or a wizard when they have nothing. Maybe because the enemy is using them, their image to attack. And you see, it's very terrible if they will dream of an attack, it is that face. B will dream of attack, is that face. And then they will think, oh, you have also seen her. You have also seen him. And this person will know nothing. And it may be the manipulation of darkness. And that is why when it comes about dreams, it needs to be prayed upon, so that you don't make mistake to label somebody who is innocent. And most of the time it is good that you only concentrate on the message of such dreams. When somebody dreams that his hair is falling off, his hair is being cut, it is to lead that person to emptiness. Is to empty that life of whatever you call glory. Is to bring hardship. And when people begin to have this kind of dream, the experience will be promise and faith. And then they will just discover that something will just snap, even when they ought to break through, and it wouldn't happen. So you see, it can lead to disappointment, frustration, and confusion. So when the enemy attacks the glory, you have those things coming up. You have disappointment, you have frustration, you have confusion. Why will it bring confusion is because you think it should work and it doesn't work. Because in the equation of life, 2 plus 2 may not always equal to 4. You can have every factor for something to happen and it doesn't happen and you don't know why it doesn't happen. Because there is a spiritual element to it. So we should know that this kind of dream is not ordinary. You see, when people suffer stagnation, and suffer losses in so many ways, Many a times they just, some people will say maybe it's the economic situation, maybe, people will just look for excuses. But brethren, enough of looking for excuses. If you are having this kind of dreams, it doesn't mean to be every day. That is one thing about it. Because one thing I want you to understand is, if I let this speaker here and somebody took it one day, it doesn't need to repeat it severally. You understand what I'm saying? Now, if this glory is stolen, if this glory is affected, it doesn't need to be repeated severally. There are dreams that having it once is enough for you to know that you need to pray. Because the thing is that if this thing is there and it has been stolen, what are they coming to steal again? If a glory has been marked, if a glory has been stolen, if a glory has been affected, they have done the damages they wanted to do. So you may not continue to have it every time. But I'm telling you, that could be the beginning of, fruitless labor in life. That could begin the battle of life. And because you see people who you think they should achieve greatness, and yet they are not. So, this is not a good dream, and we need to, really pray about it. Because you see, the enemy specializes in stealing and manipulating, the glory of men and the life of people. Now, let's look at the issue of what do you call his name now? Samson, and see what we can learn from there. Judges chapter 16. Judges chapter 16. And reading from verse 1. I will just run through it. But because I will call much prayer point on it, and then as I call the prayer point, I will explain. Okay? Because if I want to do the exposition on it, it will take time. But you know that what happened here, let's just read a few verses. And in verse 4, the Bible says, and it came to pass afterward that they loved a woman in the valley of Sorry, whose name was Delilah. And the lords of the Philistines came up unto her and said unto her, entice him, and see wherein his great strength lies, and by what means we may prevail against him, that we may bind him to afflict him, and we will give thee every one of us 1,100 pieces of silver. Now, this is what they want to achieve. And everything they want to achieve, the mystery of it is in the ear of Samson. Do you get what I mean? Now, let me tell you what they want to achieve. Number one, to entice him is to know where his great strength lies. And where was the strength of Samson lie? In his ear. Now, number two, and they want to know how to prevail against him. The battle that caught your ear in dream just want to prevail against your life. And if the enemy succeed to cut it or to tie it, there is difference between the two. Sometimes they tie it, and that person remain on a spot. The glory is still there, but it's not going forward, it's not going backward. It's a life of stagnation. But there are other ones, they don't just tie it, they cut it off. Until that grow again like that of Samson, that person should forget it. No matter how brilliant, already the damage is done. Now, when you look at it, apart from prevailing, that they may bind him. Now, for them to bind him, they have to work on that here. Do you understand? Now, for them to afflict him, do you get it? They will have to work on that here. So when the enemy want to bind you, when the enemy want to, afflict you, they can do it through your ear. spiritually speaking. Because it's a way to touch your glory. It's a way to attack the essence of who you are. You know that when you talk about women, they value their ear. Even men, everybody value it. Because you know it's just, I don't know. I mean, because you know how much you spend. You know how much hours sometimes you will have to spend to fix it. Why? Because it's important to you. So this is what they wanted to do to Samson. And they have to do it through his hair. So when you have dreams of fixing your hair, tying your hair, cutting off your hair, and all the rest, is a great spiritual damage. And you need to do something about it. And we will give thee. Look, they want to do it. And then the thing is that they couldn't do it. So they employ the person who can do it, and they were ready to pay. You understand? Now, there are what you call the hired enemies. What you call the hired enemies are people who doesn't know you from Adam. But somebody just pay them to do the damage. They said, do it and I pay you. They don't need to know you. You don't need to offend them. You don't need to do nothing to them. They are only working for their money. Haven't you seen, what you call prophet who will be praying the money prayer over somebody because somebody reported that person? Haven't you seen the money prophet who want to scatter home because somebody employed them to do it? I experienced it once, and I used to talk about it because it was funny to me. Because this was a woman that came and he said, Pastor, promise that whatever I ask you, you will do it. And I said, let me know what it is, because I can't promise you whatever if I don't have it. He said, I know you have it, but you promise you give whatever I ask. I said, no, I can't make the commitment. Let me know it. So we spent almost 30 minutes dragging that form to and fro, and eventually she made the request. He said, you know my age, I'm not married. But there is a man that is interested in me. But there is another younger lady this man is interested in. He's a prayer that God will scatter them so that he can marry me. That was the request. I mean, and when somebody made that request from you, say, no, why will you do that? And she pleaded her case. He said, me, I'm advanced in age. She still have age on her side. So she can still wait. And I began to persuade her. But if you believe we will pray that God will answer you, why don't we pray God will provide your home? But that's what she wanted. I mean, with tears on her face. But I was persuading and pleading and said, no, this will be wickedness. Why should I pray such prayers? I don't know how from Adam, and the man have the right to make a choice. And this and that, and it's like fueling the fire. But eventually she was persuaded and we have to pray otherwise. Know what she wanted. But let me tell you, if she has gone to this false prophet, the more she can pay them, the better they will pray. If ordinary prayer will not work, they will do some other things. So when you look at it, you call them the hired enemy. So these here attackers, if they cannot do it, they can employ somebody to do it. Because these Philistines, they couldn't do it to Samson, therefore they employed somebody to do it. So, and that one went to work. And eventually, she was an unfriendly friend. Samson thought this was a lover, but this was somebody on assignment. And at the end of the day, after so many things which you know, his hair was cut. And when they cut that hair, you know how much that Samson suffered. By the time she said, oh, the Philistines are here, the Bible says she woke up and she wanted to do like the first, but she did not know the Lord had left it. So his life became empty. So when the ear is God spiritually speaking, they make that life empty. And this is why if you have ever had such a dream, you need to pray. Even if you have never had such a dream, you still need to pray. Because it's important. Now, let me talk about one more dream, and then we will begin to pray. Because one thing about this program I'm believing God for is that it's not going to be just talking and talking and talking. Because we got to do something about it. So that's the number one dream I want to talk about. The number two is the market dream. When people buy and sell in their dream, either you go to Sainsbury's or you go to Mark and Spencer, and maybe in the worst of situation, you find yourself in the village square where you have never been for years, and you are there and say, Mama, how much are you selling your pap? The pap you haven't seen for ages, and then you are buying and selling. Brethren, is deep spiritually. And I want to show you some scriptures to let you know that this is a demonic attack and what it meant. The book of Ezekiel, chapter 27. We are coming back to pray in where we have read. The book of Ezekiel, chapter 27. And I read in verse 1. It said, the word of the Lord came again unto me, saying, and it began to, he said, and say unto Tyrus, O thou that hast situate at the entry of the sea, which art a merchant of the people for many ashes. Thus said the Lord God, O Tyrus, thou hast said, I am of perfect beauty. You remember the book of Isaiah chapter 14? When the Bible talks about, Tyrus, perfect beauty, it's talking about the devil. You understand that from the scriptures. It's talking about the devil. Now, whose kind of merchant situate at the entry of the sea? Do they sell indomie and bread at the entry of the sea? No. It's talking about demonic market. In verse 12 and 13, because of time, it said, Tarsus was thy merchant by reason of the multitude of all kind of riches, with silver, iron, tin, and lead, they traded in thy fields. Javan, Tiba, and Mecca, they were thy merchant. They traded the persons of men. What do they trade in? The persons of men and vessels of brass in thy market. Now, you have, if you watch a documentary on CNN of recent, where they were auctioning men in Libya. You see, that was the way they normally auctions in the spiritual world as well. They sell men. If they want to sell that individual, brother, please come. You will be sold in Jesus' name. Amen. And if you are sold, the Lord will redeem you. Amen. In the auctions market in Libya, that's the way they do it spiritually. They will say, here is a young man at the prime of his age. He's clinically tall, he's hardworking, he can iron all your clothes without resting. And then they will start to negotiate. So in this market where persons are sold, there is market for the firstborn, there is market for the glory of the family. They will say, here is it. It's the glory of the family I want to sell. So those who want to be rich by demonic means will go and buy in that market. That's why the Bible said they buy both riches and they buy power. People go there for different reasons in the occult. Some people go there to obtain power. Some people go there to obtain fame. Some people go there to obtain, riches. So they will auction and then people will buy. Praise the Lord. God bless you. Now, and that is exactly what you see in that documentary. It's part of things that happen in the spirit world as well. And let me show you the book of Nahum chapter 3 and verse 4. Nahum chapter 3 and verse 4. The book of Nahum chapter 3 and verse number 4. The Bible says, because of the multitude of the wonder of the well-faithful arrows, the mistress of what? Of witchcraft, that selleth nations. That did what? Sells nations. Through a what? Through a wonder. And family, not family, families, through a what? Through a witchcraft. So that means the witches sell and buy families. Family could be sold. There are families that have been sold to poverty. There are families that have been sold to sickness. There are families that have been sold to, backwardness and all sorts of, servitude. When somebody is sold, that person is a slave, is a servitude. So the Bible says that, it sells families through a witchcraft. That means that people can be sold and be bought by witchcraft power. And it's a pity that some people think when you talk about witchcraft that is an African thing. It is not an African thing. I've listened to White in this office telling me things too deep that many of you cannot understand. They go scientific with it. They will tell you the name of demons they are relating with. They will tell you, they will say, is their guiding this, is their guiding that. But one thing I love about them is that their sincerity. Even when some of us know we have spiritual problem, we want to cover it. When they are coming, they will list it. They will list everything so that they don't forget. That is why I have them in my office. They will list everything. The year they join, the kind of things they join, the kind of things they do there. They will tell you every kind of thing. And then they will say, Pastor, I don't know if I forgot anything. Because they want to be free. You know what? Even when some of us are having this experience, we still want to, pretend to be spiritual giant when the devil is battering our destiny. No, it shouldn't be. Deliverance is not a thing of shame. These are things that is beyond you. These are not things that you bargain for. These are things that you don't even know how it started. But the responsibility you have is to admit it and to face it squarely. So that you can have the benefit of being a child of God. So that glory can come forth. So when you look at it here, the Bible says he sells nations, he sells families through a witchcraft. Now tell me if there are no witches in your family who want to trade the glory of people for nothing. They sell them to slavery. Somebody should be the head. It's even less than the tail. And this is why if you are having such dreams of buying, selling, and whatever it is, what is it that they have sold to you in the occult world? What is it that they have sold to you? You know, and when they buy from you in dream, they give you vain money. Money that when you receive it in life, that money is gone. You thought the money is just gone. I've seen series of people who will even be doing contribution because they want to do something. And a day or two to the time it will be their turn. They will either, I'm still coming to that, they will either dream and armed robber come and carted away that money, or they will lose that money, and no matter how much they got, that money will just be nothing. They can't even account for it at the end of the day. So when you look at it, the Bible says it says family through his witchcraft. Where is it that you have been personally sold by the witchcraft, or your whole family? When you see family who are in bondage, you see something that is now a pattern in the family. It may be they are being sold by the power of witchcraft. Now, let's look at the book of Revelation chapter 18. Revelation chapter 18. Revelation chapter 18. And I read from verse 9. Revelation 18 from 9. And the king of the earth, who have committed fornication and lied deliciously with her, shall bewail her and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her body, standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, Alas, alas, that great city Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come. And the merchants of the earth, I want you to begin to notice the word used there. The words, the merchants of the earth. Who are these merchants of the heart? What do they sell? What do they buy? Let's continue to read. And the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her, for no man buy their merchandise anymore. The merchandise of gold and silver and precious stone and of pearl and of fine lining and purple and silk and scarlet and all shining wool and all manner vessels of ivory and all manner vessels of most precious wood and of brass and iron and marbles. That represents riches. Okay? That represents what? Riches. Those who go there to buy riches. Now, let's go on. And in verse 13, and cinnamon, and odor, and ointment, and frankincense, and wine, and oil, and fine flour, and wheat, and beast, and sheep, and horses, and chariot, and slaves, and what? And souls of what? Of men. And what? Souls of men. So when you define those areas, you will see that there are people who go there to obtain wealth, there are people who go there to obtain power, and there are people who go there to obtain the glory of God. He said they buy the souls of men. When are the souls of men becomes bread and butter that they are buying? So when you begin to have market dreams, this is what implication is. Because when you go to the market, people buy and sell for the purpose of making profit. And if there is any power that is profiting from your mystery in life, today their power will be broken in the mighty name of Jesus. So this is an example that witchcraft uses the dream to engage people in bondage and manipulation. They use it to control the circumstances around the people. And what do they sell people into? Into various afflictions. So, and if you have such a dream in the time past, you need to seriously pray about it. And if you have never had such a dream before, you still need to pray about it. Because when this happens to people, it can lead to unexplainable financial dryness. When you talk of unexplainable financial dryness, it could be an experience of that, market dream. And sometimes they can cage people through it. Because when you buy a slave, what do? You cage them. They anchor them. So if you have such or you have been experiencing such, and you think it's because they want to have, Black Friday, you think that is why you are doing shopping in your dream. You better have a rethink today. You are not dreaming that because of Black Friday or because they tell you there is sales in Mark and Spencer. Praise the Lord. It is a deep spiritual truth that we need to, deal with. And this is important because you don't want to be having frustrations and stagnancy, and you don't want somebody to manipulate your glory, as we have said before. Now, how can we deal with this dream? Because we want to actually pray. How can we deal with it? Number one is to repent of your personal sins. Is to repent of your personal sins. That's number one. Number two, it is to forgive other people who might have offended you. It's important for you to do that. And number three is to surrender all your life to the Lord Jesus Christ. Because you see, the thing is that as a child of God, you can rise up to tell the devil, this is not proper, this is not right. Because the book of Colossians chapter 1 verse 12 and 13 says, we have been translated from the kingdom of darkness to the kingdom of his dear Son. The Bible says in Colossians chapter 2 that Jesus Christ defeated the principalities and the power. He made a public show of them, triumphing over them in it. So as a child of God, you can stand your ground and say, Lord, I recover my glory. And every power wherever they have sold me. You know the book of Ephesians chapter 1, is in verse 7. It says, the Bible says, we have forgiveness, through the blood of Jesus, even the forgiveness of our sins. Redemption is to buy back. So today, I want to believe that wherever your glory has been sold, where your family has been sold, the Lord of heaven will bring redemption into that situation in the mighty name of Jesus. Amen. And then you need to break if there is any covenant that allows them. Because the devil is very legalistic. If there is anything in the background that they can hold on to, then they want to use it to the fullest. So if there is salt, go to your background and pray you will deal with that background. The Lord, whatever the allegation, whatever the covenant that make us to be, to become born men, Lord, I break it. Because when you look at the book of Joshua chapter 9, the whole race was sold into slavery because of the deception of their fathers. The whole race, from generation to generation, they were sold into slavery because of the sins of the fathers. And this is why we need to deal with it right from the foundation. And the next thing is to really go into spiritual warfare prayer. And as we pray today, I want you to pray as if you have never prayed before. I want you to really see it as, look, this is not funny at all. Because sometimes you dream and you wake up and you think it's so funny. I got to a friend one day, and then the wife said, I said, you better talk to your friend. He said, now he's laughing and joking with you. If you saw what, I went through in the night, he was behaving like an obande, like somebody who has evil spirit, who just want to die. He said, see him now joking and talking. And the man shook his head. He said, Pastor, you better thank God for me. He said, he didn't do anything. He said, he became well when he had a dream. In that dream, he saw himself tied and he was struggling to breathe. Struggling. And one woman came and said, that's not the one we asked you to untie. And as they loosened the rope, he was so relieved. And when he woke up, somebody who has been, when somebody is almost like gasping, and the one we pray, blood of Jesus, Holy Ghost, for our manner of prayer, because he was like struggling to breathe and restless and everything, and the one was saying, we slept yesterday night. You woke up now and there was problem. There was no problem before. And the one began to pray, and the man was struggling. As the man was continuing to pray, he slept up. And then he had that dream. And by the time he woke up, it was as if nothing has never happened before. And the wife couldn't understand. He said, you see the way he threatened me. You see that the man is threatening. Somebody that had a rope on his neck, how will he not be struggling? He was struggling. Really struggling, fighting for his life. But the name of Jesus redeemed him. And there are so many like that who have been tied down spiritually. As this meeting progressed by the grace of God, we're talking about so many kind of dreams. But one thing is, I want to make sure we pray, and this is why I want to really stop now. That because I want us to have time to pray. Because there is no point, talking about it, and then, for one not to have time to pray. So we want to make sure that we have time to pray, and that's why I'm really going to, stop the teaching now. The Lord bless us abundantly in Jesus' name. Let's rise up, we want to pray. Let's rise up, we want to pray. Let's rise up, we want to pray. The number one prayer I want us to pray is this. This will be the most gentle prayer you can ever talk about. Because it's between you and God. It's to go to God and say, Father, forgive me. And Lord, I forgive those who also sin against me. I want you to pray the two prayers together. Because you see, the Bible says, when the Lord taught the disciples to pray, He said, forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. So I want you to go to God, as an individual, and just ask God and say, Father, forgive me. I want you to speak to the Lord and say, Lord, forgive me. Lord, forgive me. I want you to pray and say, Father, forgive me. Lord, forgive me. Because the kind of prayer we want to pray today, I'm telling you, brethren, is going to be real warfare prayers. It's going to be real warfare prayers. It's going to be real warfare prayers. It's going to be real warfare prayers. I want you to speak to the Lord. Now I want you to begin to pray. Lord, I surrender all to you. I surrender all. Lord, I surrender all. In my life, Lord, be glorified. Lord, I surrender all. In my life, Lord, be glorified. I surrender all, Lord God. Jesus, have your way in my life. 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 I want you to speak to the Lord. In Jesus' mighty name we pray. Amen. Now, you can now pray aggressively. The number one prayer I want you to pray aggressively is, Lord, every covenant that enslaved me, every covenant that serves as access point to the enemy, Lord, I break it now in the name of Jesus. Every covenant that serves as access point to the enemy to my life, Father, in the name of Jesus, I break it today. Call the name of Jesus and begin to pray. Call the name of Jesus and begin to pray. I want you to pray violent prayer. I want you to pray aggressive prayer. Say, Lord, I break it today. Every covenant that serves as access point for the enemy, Lord, I break it in the name of Jesus. Every covenant that serves as access point for the enemy, Lord, by the blood of Jesus, I break it in the name of Jesus. I break it in the name of Jesus. I break it in the name of Jesus. In Jesus' mighty name we pray. Let's start from the story of Samson and talk about the ear attackers. That's where we started. And we are going to begin to take some prayer there. Number one, we are going to pray. Every satanic investigation about my life, I command you to stop. Hey. Do you know what? They said go and find where he is. They started the investigation first. You understand? Go and know where he is. So they investigated to know where they can capture him, to know where they can catch up with him. You are going to pray. And your own may not be spiritual investigation. Maybe you are even under physical investigation and war. You can still pray this prayer point. And say, Father, every satanic investigation about my life, I command you to stop. In the name of Jesus. Call the name of Jesus and begin to pray. Call the name of Jesus and begin to pray. Every satanic investigation about my life, I command you to stop. In the name of Jesus. Who is it that is investigating your life? Investigating your family? Investigating your children? Every demonic investigation about your life, I command you to stop. In the name of Jesus. Every satanic investigation about my children, I command you to stop. In the name of Jesus. You can pray better. You can pray better. You can pray better. Every satanic investigation about my destiny, I command you to stop. In the name of Jesus. Every satanic investigation about my destiny, I command you to stop. In the name of Jesus. In Jesus' mighty name we pray. Before they can attack your destiny, they first investigate your destiny. When I became a man of God, my mother met a father to one of my friends, and he asked of me. He said, what about Sheku? What are you doing now? They said, oh, he's a pastor now. He said, okay, I'll go and check whether it is all right. And my mom ignorantly didn't even stop him. And eventually he told my mom, he said, I've been trying to call a spiritual man, but he hasn't answered me yet. I said, tell him not to call it again. No. Because it's the fire of God that will answer him. What is his business? Trying to call my spiritual man to investigate whether what I'm doing is right or wrong. So who is it that is investigating your destiny? Say, Lord, every demonic investigation to my destiny, Lord, I command you to stop. In the name of Jesus, begin to pray. Begin to pray. Begin to pray. You can pray better, brethren. Every demonic investigation about my destiny, I command you to stop. In the name of Jesus, I command you to stop. In the name of Jesus. Every satanic investigation about my life, about my destiny, about my children, to say loud and clear after me. Every evil enticement. To destroy my life. To destroy my destiny. To destroy my hope. Be frustrated today. In the name of Jesus. Begin to pray in the name of Jesus. Every
coming in front of this car.
evil enticement to destroy my life. Every evil enticement to destroy my destiny. Be frustrated today. In the name of Jesus. Be frustrated today. In the name of Jesus. Every evil enticement to destroy my life. Every evil enticement to destroy my destiny. I command you to be frustrated today. In the name of Jesus. Mighty name we pray. Tell your neighbor you can pray better. Tell your neighbor you can do better. I want you to repeat that prayer. Because they said entice him, isn't it? The one they said to entice him, that enticement is to be able to destroy his life, is to be able to destroy his destiny. You understand? Is to be able to render him powerless and useless. You understand? So you are going to pray. Every satanic enticement to destroy my life, every satanic enticement to destroy my destiny, every satanic enticement to destroy the destiny of my children, Lord, I command you to be frustrated today. I cancel you by the blood of Jesus. Begin to pray in the name of Jesus. Begin to pray. Every satanic enticement to destroy my life, every satanic enticement to destroy my home, I command you to be frustrated. I command you to destroy in the name of Jesus. They awarded a contract to Delilah. You understand? About the life of Samson. You are going to pray. Every demonic contract awarded to stop my progress and to mess up my life, I command that contract to be terminated. Amen. They awarded the contract to Delilah. And that contract is to mess up his destiny, to mess up his life, and to terminate his destiny. You are going to pray. I want you to say loud clear with me. Every demonic contract. You can say it better. Every demonic contract awarded to stop my progress and to mess up my life. I terminate that contract today. In the name of Jesus. Begin to pray in the name of Jesus. Every satanic contract awarded to stop my progress and terminate it today. In the name of Jesus. Every satanic contract to mess Now every demonic contract awarded to stop their progress, to mess up their life or to mess up their destiny, that today I terminate it. You understand? A contract was awarded to Delilah. Is that not a contract? Entice him, deliver him to our hand, and we are going to pay you X amount of money. That's a contract. And that contract was to mess up the destiny of Samson. And you are going to pray. Who is it that have awarded the contract? I want you to even pray like this before we pray it again. Lord, the contract and the contractor, let them expire by fire. Every evil contractor and every, those who awarded the contract, Father, let them expire by fire. Begin to pray in the name of Jesus. Begin to pray. Begin to pray. Those who award the contract and their contractors, let them be destroyed by fire. In the name of Jesus. Brethren, I know you can pray better. And I don't know if you already understand, but I want you to pray with fervency and pray that prayer for your children. Every demonic contract I wanted to stop the progress of my children. Every demonic contract I wanted to mess up the life of my children. Father, I terminate you today by the blood. I terminate you today by the name of Jesus. Begin to pray in the name of Jesus. Begin to pray. Every satanic contract I wanted to mess up the life of my children. I terminate you today. You are not by the blood of Jesus. I terminate you today by the blood of Jesus. I terminate you today in the name of Jesus. Stop. You are going to pray this one. Every man, every satanic agenda to afflict me with sickness, with poverty, with loss of glory, I frustrate it today in the name of Jesus. You know the agenda why the man, the woman was contracted, what he said, when he delivered him, they want to afflict him. You understand? And people can be afflicted with various things. And you are going to pray. Every satanic agenda to afflict me with sickness, to afflict me with poverty, to afflict me with loss of glory, to afflict me with stagnancy, every manner of things you will mention. Father, let it be frustrated today. Also agenda, oh God, to afflict me with poverty, to afflict me with sickness. Father, I cancel by the blood of Jesus. Let's begin to pray in the name of Jesus. Let's begin to pray. Every satanic agenda to afflict me with sickness, I destroy today in the name of Jesus. Every satanic agenda to afflict me with poverty, I cancel today by the blood of Jesus. Every satanic agenda to afflict me with loss of glory, I cancel today in the name of Jesus. He said, for it is written in the book of the Psalm, let his habitation be desolate, and let no man dwell therein. His bishop let another take. And I want you to take this prayer point. Every man like Judas, every woman like Delilah, they want to send me to the hand of the enemy. Receive divine judgment today. Let his place become desolate according to the word of the Lord. In the name of Jesus, begin to pray right now. Begin to pray. The Bible says, let his habitation be desolate. You will pray. Every man like Judas, every woman like Delilah, they want to send me into the hand of the enemy. Let his habitation be desolate. In the name of Jesus. Begin to pray with all your heart. Pray with all that is in you. In the name of Jesus. You know what they did? They were lying in waste for Samson. That was the first thing. He was somewhere and then they were lying in waste. That when he comes out, they will just capture him. And you see, when we talk about lying in waste, the enemy waits for people in various junctions of life. Some people, they are waiting for them at the junction of marriage. Some, they are waiting for them at the junction of childbearing. Some, they are waiting for them at the junction of retirement. Some, they are waiting for them at the junction of looking for job. You are going to pray. Because you are lying in wait for him. Every enemy that is lying in wait for me, son of the Lord, slay them. Every enemy that is lying in wait for me, let the fire of God before them. Let the sword of the Lord come them down. Begin to pray in the name of Jesus. Begin to pray. Begin to pray. Every enemy lying in wait. Let the sword of the Lord destroy them. In the name of Jesus. Begin to pray. Every enemy that is lying in wait to me, let the fire before them. Let the sword of the Lord slay them. In the name of Jesus. West, you don't know what they call lying in wait. You know, when you are traveling back home in one country that I come from, you don't know where you are, the spot you are going to meet the armed robber, you don't know. They will be hiding. You understand? And when you get to that spot, what do? They just come out. Amen. They just come out from their hiding. That is what you call lying in wait. And you know, in that stretch of journey, you don't know at which point you are going to meet them. Do you get what I'm saying? So in life, when the enemy lying in wait, you don't meet at junction A, doesn't mean you can't meet at junction B. Do you get it now? That is why one state of life could be so rosy and the other one becomes so difficult. So you are going to pray. Every enemy that is biblical language. I don't know if it's normal English to use. Lying in waste. Wait, yeah. What is the normal English? Because that is biblical English. Amen. Okay, any enemy hiding on my path to harm me. Any enemy hiding at any junctions of my life to destroy me. Lord, let the fire before them. Let the sword of the Lord cut them off. Begin to pray in the name of Jesus. Begin to pray. Begin to pray. Every enemy that is lying in wait, let the fire before them. Let the sword of the Lord kill them. In the name of just watch over him. As Delilah was doing all those things, there was somebody, there are people hiding somewhere. So that at any point in time, she can call on them to come and do their half. You are going to pray. Every satanic spark assigned to my life, assigned to my family, be exposed and be disgraced. Every satanic spark, every satanic spark attached to my life, attached to my family, be exposed and be disgraced. Begin to pray in the name of Jesus. Begin to pray. Every satanic spark, every satanic spark attached to my life, attached to my family, be exposed and be disgraced. In the mighty name of Jesus. Begin to pray. Every satanic spy attached to my life, attached to my family, be exposed and be disgraced. In the name of Jesus. Be exposed and be disgraced. In the mighty name of Jesus. Now we are going to pray. Every power and every enemy that want to put me in bondage be consumed by fire. Because you see, all they want to do is to put him in bondage. And you are going to pray. And every enemy, every power that want to put me in bondage, Holy Ghost fire consume them. Begin to pray in the name of Jesus. Begin to pray. Begin to pray. Begin to pray. Every power, every enemy that want to put me into bondage, be consumed by fire. Be consumed by fire. Pray aggressively, brother. Pray with all your heart. Be consumed by fire. Be consumed by fire. Be consumed by fire. Be consumed by fire. In the name of Jesus. Every power of the enemy that want to put me in bondage, be consumed by fire. Every enemy, blessing on me that we are in the truth, that want to put me in bondage, be destroyed by fire. In the name of Jesus. Pray with all your hearts. Mighty name we pray.
Amen.
There was collaboration between Delilah and the Philistine. You understand? You are going to pray. Every satanic collaboration to destroy me. Holy Ghost scatter it. Amen. You see, we are still praying on one prayer points. Amen. On Samson, isn't it? All the prayer we are praying is Judges chapter 16 for now. Amen. So we will stop wherever we can stop. But I want you to pray. Every satanic collaboration to destroy you, let it be scattered today. Begin to pray in the name of Jesus. Begin to pray. You can pray better. Just pray very well. Every satanic collaboration to destroy me, to destroy my children. Every satanic collaboration to destroy my destiny. Oh, I destroy my fire. In the name of Jesus. Begin to pray. Every satanic collaboration to destroy me. Be scattered in the name of Jesus. Be scattered in the name of Jesus. Be scattered in the name of Jesus. Every satanic collaboration to destroy my destiny. Be destroyed in the name of Jesus. Every satanic collaboration to destroy the destiny of my children. Be scattered in the name of Jesus. Every satanic collaboration. Be scattered in the name of Jesus. Be scattered in the name of Jesus. In Jesus' mighty name we pray. Tell your neighbor, don't be tired. Tell your neighbor very well, don't be tired. You can do better. Amen. Hallelujah. We are still going to pray that prayer. Every satanic collaboration to destroy my destiny. Every satanic collaboration to destroy my life. Lord, I scatter it today. Let's begin to pray in the name of Jesus. Begin to pray. Every satanic collaboration to destroy my life. Every satanic collaboration to destroy my destiny. I scatter it today. In the name of Jesus. Satanic collaboration to destroy the destiny of my children. Let them be scattered today. In the name of Jesus. You know the people that would destroy Samson, they were hiding in the hole. And Samson never knew when he was sleeping at the lap of Delilah. You are going to pray. Every enemy that is hiding in my life, in my home, be exposed by the fire of the Holy Ghost. Be flushed out. You know, sometimes disease is hiding in the body, and the owner is just even know anything is happening. By the time you will know, they will say it's in advanced stage. Every enemy that is hiding in my life, every enemy that is hiding in my home, be exposed by the fire of the Holy Ghost. Be flushed out today by the blood of Jesus. Begin to pray in the name of Jesus. Begin to pray. Let it be flushed out in the name of Jesus. Let it be flushed out in the name of Jesus. prayer point, I want you to pray it more aggressively. You will pray every agenda of the enemy. Say it loudly. Every agenda of the enemy to render me powerless, to render my glory useless, they cancel by the blood of Jesus. They cancel the name of Jesus. You know what they want to do? They want to render his glory useless. They want to render him powerless. Because when they caught his ear, they became powerless. And then they render his glory useless. You are going to pray. Every agenda of the enemy to render me powerless. Every agenda of the enemy to render my glory useless. That glory became useless. They were singing and saying, should be dancing. It should be entertaining them. A man of war for that matter. Every agenda of the enemy to render me powerless. Every agenda of the enemy to render my glory useless. I cancel it by the blood of Jesus. Begin to pray. Begin to pray. Oh, you can pray more. Don't be tired. You can pray more. Every agenda of the enemy to render me powerless, to render my glory useless. They cancel by the blood of Jesus. They cancel by the blood of Jesus. They cancel by the blood of Jesus. Oh, I want you to pray. I want you to pray. Hey, every agenda of the enemy to render me powerless, to render my glory useless. I cancel by the blood of Jesus. You know why I asked you to pray this prayer perfectly? I told you that every power that is tampering with your hearing dream want to render your glory useless. And you want to pray with all your power. Every power that when they tamper with the ear of Samson, they render his glory useless. And they render him powerless. You are going to pray. Every power tampering with my ear to render my glory useless. Let the fire consume them. Begin to pray in the name of Jesus. Begin to pray. Let the fire of God before them. Let the fire of God consume them. In the name of Jesus. Every power, every enemy that want to render me useless, that want to render me powerless, be defeated in the name of Jesus. Let's pray that prayer for our children. They are not here. But let's pray for them. Every power that want to render their glory useless. Every power tampering with their ear to render them powerless, to render their glory useless. Let that power be consumed by fire. Begin to pray in the name of Jesus. Begin to pray. In the name of Jesus. Let the power, let that be destroyed by fire. In the mighty name of Jesus. Have the power of the Father, deliver me from the unfriendly friends who want to hand me over for destruction. Father, deliver me from every unfriendly friend that want to deliver me up for destruction. Because he thought, I don't know the first name that he was calling Delilah. Maybe he's calling him sweetie. Maybe he's calling him baby. Maybe he's calling him daddy. Maybe he's calling him honey. But you see, that was an unfriendly friend. Amen. So when he said daddy, he said, yes, my love. And he's looking at him and saying, you will know today. You will soon see. You are going to pray. Father, deliver me from the hand of your friendly friends who want to hand me over for destruction. Begin to pray in the name of Jesus. Begin to pray that Father, deliver me from the hand of your friendly friends who want to hand me over for destruction. In the name of Jesus. Begin to pray. Father, deliver me from the hand of your friendly friends who want to hand me over for destruction. In the name of Jesus. Begin to pray. Father, deliver me from unfriendly friends who want to hand me over for destruction. In the name of Jesus. Pray with all your heart, neighbor. We are here to pray. We are here to pray. I want you to pray with all your hearts. In Jesus' mighty name we pray. Now you are going to pray. Every power that want to manipulate me for destruction be exposed and be defeated. He manipulated Samson to tell her all his mind. Part of the manipulation is without being a baby. Where is Samson sleeping? Where was he sleeping? On the lap. Do you carry big men on the lap? It's baby that you carry on the lap now. Amen. He carried him on his lap, and the guy was sleeping, and he was stroking his chest and stroking his cheeks. Say, you will soon know. Praise the Lord. Every power, every enemy that want to manipulate me for destruction be exposed and be defeated. Begin to pray in the name of Jesus. Begin to pray. Let them be defeated. In the name of Jesus. Mighty name we pray. Please, we may go a bit faster, but you have to pray very well. Amen. Because we are still praying on Judges chapter 16. You understand? Just pray about here. Because all this is connected with the glory and the ear of Samson. Do you get what I'm saying now? So, we haven't actually get to it properly. And we are only dealing with one. So even if it is one we will deal with today, let's pray very well. Amen. Amen. You are going to pray. Lord, awake me out of every spiritual slumber. And make me watchful and alert. Because Samson was sleeping. He was sleeping when they were. You see, apart from you sleeping naturally, you can be sleeping spiritually. And when you are sleeping spiritually, it is easier to tamper with your ear. You understand? You see, but you know this tripod where they used to cook. If there is fire inside, can the air play inside? But when there is no fire and it's all ashes, what will the hair do? The thing will be, you know, if you see them the way they used to, many of you don't see the way they rear hair properly in the background. Amen. The thing will be plain in it, you know. In fact, you will to do it feather like this, boom, 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 and the thing will just do like this. You are going to pray that, Father, awake me out of every spiritual sleep. Before you sleep physically, many are sleeping spiritually. And that is why it is easier for the enemy to tamper with their clothes. You are going to pray. Father, awake me out of every spiritual slumber. Lord, make me spiritual alive. Make me spiritually watchful. Begin to pray in the name of Jesus. Begin to pray. Begin to pray. Father, awake me out of every spiritual sleep. Lord, make me spiritually alive. Make me spiritually watchful. In the name of Jesus. Pray it very well. Pray it very well. In the name of Jesus. Pray it perfectly. In the name of Jesus. In Jesus' mighty name we pray. Now, when they capture him, they began to torment him. You are going to pray, every hand that is tormenting my life, let it be cut off today. I don't know the hand that is tormenting you. Maybe tormenting you with failure, tormenting you with sickness, tormenting you with anything. Every evil hand that is tormenting my life, Holy Ghost, cut it off. Begin to pray in the name of Jesus. Begin to pray. Don't be tired, don't be tired. Don't be tired, pray. Pray with all your heart. Every evil hand that is tormenting me, be cut off today. In the name of Jesus. Let not the enemy rejoice over me. Because when they caught him, they started celebrating. They said their God had delivered him into their hands. You are going to pray. Oh Lord God, let not the enemy rejoice over my life. Begin to pray in the name of Jesus. Begin to pray. Father, let not the enemy rejoice over me. Let not the enemy rejoice over me. Let not the enemy rejoice over me. Let not the enemy rejoice over me, O God. Oh, je carriera passando. Je te comprova casa. Je prova casa casa. Je prova casa. Je prova saída na boca. Let not the enemy rejoice over me, O God. Let not the enemy rejoice over me, O God. Let not the enemy rejoice over me, O God. Let not the enemy rejoice over me, O God. In the name of Jesus. In Jesus' mighty name we pray. You are going to pray. Because at the end of the day, something said, you know, you have been rejoicing. He said, let me feel the pillar that is holding the house. And when they laid his hand upon that pillar, he shook it. And what happened? The house collapsed and they were destroyed. You are going to pray. Every pillar that is sustaining affliction in my life, I command it to collapse. Every pillar that is sustaining affliction in my life, I command it to collapse. Begin to pray in the name of Jesus. Begin to pray. Every pillar sustaining affliction, I command it to collapse in the name of Jesus. Every pillar that is sustaining affliction, I command it to collapse in the name of Jesus. I command it to collapse in the name of Jesus. I command it to collapse in the name of Jesus. I command it to collapse in the name of Jesus. I command it to collapse in the name of Jesus. Every pillar sustaining oppression, every pillar sustaining affliction, I command it to collapse in the name of Jesus. In Jesus' mighty name we pray. We will shout the name of Jesus powerfully and say, Father, take vengeance for me. Because God took vengeance for Samson. The enemy was destroyed. You will shout the name of Jesus powerfully and say, Father, take vengeance for me. Begin to pray the name of Jesus. Take vengeance for me.
Let your vengeance. Let the vengeance destroy the works of God. Let the vengeance. With the power of
You see, when they capture him, they bound him. You are going to pray every fetters of bronze that bound my life. Every chains of fetter restricting and limiting my progress be broken today. Now every chain, every unseen chains of fetter that is limiting my progress, that is resisting restricting my life, Lord, today I command it to be broken. Begin to pray in the name of Jesus. Begin to pray. Now, call the name of Jesus and pray. Pray very well. Pray very well. That every fetter, every unseen chains of fetter that is limiting my progress, that is resisting, restricting me, I command it broken today. In the name of Jesus. Mighty name we pray. You know they imprison him. And you are going to raise up your right hand. And And we are going to pray with fervency. Father, take me out of every imprisonment. Father, take me out of every bondage. Father, take me out, oh God, by fire, by force. Father, take me out of every prison, out of the enemy. Begin to pray in the name of Jesus. Begin to pray. Call the name of Jesus and pray. Say, Father, take me out of every imprisonment. Lord, of every bondage. Father, take me out in the name of Jesus. Begin to pray. Father, take me out. Take me out. Take me out. In the name of Jesus. 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 Yes, I hold my favor. Yes, I hold my Put your hand upon your head and say, Father, let my spiritual ear grow again. Lord, every spirit, all my ear that have been tied, Lord, loosen it today. Lord, the one that have been caught, let it begin to grow again. Lord, let my spiritual ear begin to grow again. Begin to pray in the name of Jesus. Begin to pray. That is restoration. Let my spiritual ear begin to grow again. In the name of Jesus. Let it begin to grow again. In the name of Jesus. Let it begin to grow again. In the name of Jesus. My spiritual ear begin to grow again. In the name of Jesus. Now you are going to pray, Father, restore my power, restore my glory. Lord, restore it, Lord. Lord, the power that the enemy have tampered with, the glory the enemy have tampered with, Lord, restore it today. Begin to pray in the name of Jesus. Restore it, oh Lord, in the name of Jesus. Restore it, oh Lord. Restore it, oh Lord. Restore it, oh Lord, in the name of Jesus. Restore my glory. Restore my power. Restore my honor in the name of Jesus. Every stronghold of the enemy over my glory be pulled down. Every stronghold of the enemy over my glory, Father, let it be pulled down today. Begin to pray in the name of Jesus. Pray that their stronghold be pulled down in the mighty name of Jesus. Every stronghold of the enemy over my glory be pulled down in the name of Jesus. In Jesus' mighty name we pray. All right, our precious Father, we thank you. Lord, we give you praise. Father, every prayer point, we seal them by the blood of Jesus. In Jesus' name, I command your glory restored, and I command the works of the enemy completely nullified. In the name of Jesus, I cancel every power, every forces that is working against your destiny, that is working against your life. I command the power broken today. In the name of Jesus. Thank you, wonderful Father. We give you all the praise. In Jesus' mighty name we pray. Praise